Warning, the escapes depicted in this program are performed by professionals and may result in injury or death. Do not attempt this at home.
You're about to see something you will never forget. Dean Gunnarson is about to attempt an escape that nearly took his life 30 years ago.
Come on, Dean!
Come on! Move it, dude! Come on!
Oh my God!
Come on!
Dean and his team are in the Bahamas, brought here by one of the top diving companies in the country to perform an underwater coffin escape. He attempted this 30 years ago and died. Paramedics brought him back to life. This is Dean's second chance.
Right now we're on a quest. We're on a quest to find sharks. So we're driving around the Bahamas trying to find a mass of sharks in one location that we can submerge the coffin into, and they'll all be there.
I'm getting worried, you know. Dean wants to find sharks, and not just a couple, he wants lots. It's another danger that's going to be involved in this escape.
Dean has put his trust in Stewart to find the best spot for the escape. Stewart was a stunt diver and shark wrangler on the James Bond film For Your Eyes Only, and now runs the premier diving company in Nassau. If anyone can find sharks for Dean, it's Stewart.
The water looks mean. Stewart, how deep is it here?
Over on this side, it's about 2,000 meters, and on our starboard side, about 10 meters. Yeah, we got a lot of sharks on the edge of the wall here.
Whoa, dude! Oh my God! Oh my God!
That's amazing.
That's crazy.
Okay, guys, I'm just gonna throw a little bit of this mahi carcass down here in front. That should bring the sharks up to the surface.
Wow.
Look at them all!
Yeah, that worked.
Man! Whoa! Still feeling positive about this now?
Dean has found the spot where he will tempt fate again.
I've got all these thoughts and images of me flashing what happened when I was 19 years old.
The newsreel images of his failed escape 30 years ago continue to haunt Dean. It's the only time he's never finished an escape.
How many people go into a coffin while they're still alive? Give me a...
They locked me up, chained me all up. My dad nailed on the lid. It was all drilled full of holes and weighted down to make it sink. They picked it up and threw it in the river. The icy red river, you know, black, murky river. I pushed out all my air, brought in a fresh breath, and I held it, and I started to escape. And then I realized, whoa, hang on a sec. The coffin was only like 3/4, 2/3 full. And I was kind of in an air pocket, bobbing. Something's wrong, because it hadn't sunk all the way into water. So I'm waiting. I'll grab another breath. So I, again, push all the air out of my lungs, ready to suck in, take a fresh breath, and bloop, it just sunk like a rock. And then everybody waited for me to pop up. I didn't pop up. Trapped underwater with no air. And I had to preserve every little bit of oxygen that I had. 10,000 people on the shores cheering me on. Nobody can hear my cries for help. And then it was like, the lights went out, and I got sucked down that magical tunnel, whatever the heck it was. But I traveled it. I saw the light at the other end. And that was it. It was darkness. My dad was actually in the bucket of the crane, and it was his decision to pull me out. What parent would want to watch their kid go through that?
It's pretty hard on the nerves. I don't want to see that again.
The center of this whole escape is being able to hold my breath. I was underwater for 4 minutes. By the time they pulled me out and got life back into me, that's right around when brain damage begins to occur. I was really lucky, really lucky.
Paramedics brought Dean back to life the last time. Now he's tempting fate once again. Dean's idea to confront the past starts back home.
That's human-sized.
Dean and his team work out the specifics of the Coffin escape.
I could finish my career and be happy, man. I've done things that nobody else on earth has done. But inside me, there's this little voice calling in my head. Dean, you have to do the Coffin. It's like, I've shook it off for decades, man. And so now I have to overcome that again. I've got to face that demon.
The underwater Coffin escape. Dean's hands will be wrapped in 5 kilos of chain locked with 2 padlocks. He will be placed inside a metal coffin. The coffin will be wrapped in 20 kilos of heavy chains with 4 locks on the outside. That's enough chain to pull a semi-truck out of a ditch. Dean will be lowered into the ocean and the coffin drilled with holes. With the water rushing in, Dean will be fully immersed and unable to breathe. Plus, it'll sink faster than the Titanic. He died the last time attempting this. If he breaks out of the coffin, there's still the sharks to contend with. Dozens of sharks. Most sharks have 5 rows of razor-sharp teeth and attack at 20 kilometers per hour. As Dean swims to the surface, he must make sure he doesn't become shark food and is shredded alive.
So you want to get back in that coffin?
Of course not.
Good.
I want a new one.
Oh, shit.
We need to make it a little edgier. So what I'm thinking is that we make the new one out of metal.
That is just gonna take this thing to a whole new level.
My dad made this for me back when I was 19 years old. Now I need you to make it out of aluminum and keep it a little lighter, but I still need it rugged and solid. Oh, man. You know what, it's a little snug. 31 years will do that to you. What's her depth?
16.
Yeah, I'd go 18.
18?
I guess a little bigger, and then maybe 2 inches wider. Yeah, so. Also, what I need to do too is I want holes drilled in.
This is probably the craziest thing he's done. By far, it's the coolest thing I've ever done for him. But always got a little bit of worry on everything I make that I'm not gonna do something just right and it's gonna cause him not to be able to get out of there. And I want to make sure that it's no fault of mine that he won't make it out.
John gets started on what he hopes is not the last coffin built for Dean.
Last time I was underwater for nearly 4 minutes. There's no way in hell I can stay in there that long. What I'd like to do is dig out the water torture cell and bring it over here. I want it filled full of water. And what I want to test today is my endurance for holding my breath. I have to be able to hold my breath. 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes if I have to. If it means blowing my veins in my head, I have to hold my breath as long as I can. It's a test of endurance.
Push, come on. It's 30 seconds.
I know.
There's no way we're going to the Bahamas unless you can clear 2 minutes.
Let's do it again.
Yeah, that worked. That's about 40 or 50. 40 or 50.
And they're hungry.
Yeah, they're really hungry.
Wow.
Dean is preparing for an underwater coffin escape in shark-infested waters. He's got to practice holding his breath long enough in order to conquer this escape.
$50 seconds. 50 seconds ain't gonna cut it.
All right, again. I'm training at this thing like it's a fight to the death. Last time I lost. This time, I'm gonna win.
You're still doing this?
Yes.
Yep. Oh, man. Time for dinner.
The coffin escape is a big thing because he died and came back to life. So to do it again, as a fan or a friend, it affects you if something happens to him, right? But being his wife and having kids, it's even worse.
Dean sends the team away. It's going to take weeks to train his lungs to tackle this escape that once left him clinically dead.
We're unwrapping the coffin, and I had a look at Dean's face, and I've never seen him this nervous. He really looks scared, and that has me concerned. But I'll tell you one thing, very seldom in life do you get a second chance. He's just got to get in that water and get this thing done.
Seeing this coffin makes it real. It's strong and sturdy. It's perfect for the sharks.
Ava and Carrie make the most of their beautiful surroundings. But this isn't so easy for Dean.
This is paradise. People come from all over the world and see the sand, the ocean. It's amazing. But I don't know, I can't get my head into the paradise. For me, I keep thinking it's going to be more like hell.
Still feeling positive about this whole thing? You can pull the plug anytime.
I know.
I
need to do this, man.
I know you do. I know.
Yeah. We'll do it, man. I don't want you to lose sleep over it.
Well, too late for that.
It's going to be a rough ride, I know it. We're just going to ride it out.
The team embarks on an early morning test run for the coffin. This is a big escape, so Dean's wife Donna has put her fears aside to show her support.
I want to see how it's going to work getting the coffin into the water.
Okay.
All right. Now, you got to be careful. And look, there's sharks out there already.
Oh my God.
They're hungry.
That is crazy, man.
Yeah. Make sure all our chains are fastened good.
The coffin is attached to a small buoy and lowered into the water.
It's going to be a rough ride. I can see it.
Okay.
Okay.
With only one shot at rehearsal, the coffin does exactly what Dean and the team hoped it wouldn't do: get pulled under the boat by rough waters.
She's got to go down more. Jeff, that's
it's
got to go all
drifting.
the way down so that float is floating. That's got to take the weight. Otherwise, it's going to snap the wedge.
It turned into a total shit show. I dropped it in the water, and the current took it. Well, it's going
under.
Okay,
It's going under.
Push her back to the other side.
Oh, I'm trying, Dean.
Okay, Carrie, on here. Push her over.
The other way. Where are you going? Other way. This way. Dean's yelling at me, do this, do that. And I'm like, I can't do nothing. It's the ocean. There's going to be current. There's going to be waves. Everything that we planned, it went to shit.
It's just doing what it wants.
It's
There's
flowing
no way
right
we're
that
gonna-
way. I can't stop it. It's floating that way, too. It's drifting back.
It's just taking it for a ride.
Man, this is going to be bouncier than I ever imagined. It's just...
Dean is in the Bahamas, attempting the underwater coffin escape. It's one he's never conquered.
When the coffin went in the first time, the float that we had was way too small, and it just sucked it right down and got sucked under the boat. That's the worst possible thing that could happen. So what we did is Stuart suggested putting a bigger buoy on there. Rather than going from the side of the boat, we're going to actually work off the back of the boat. So now we've made our adjustments, we've made our tweaks. Everybody knows what's going on. Now it's time to chain me up and make me shark bait.
Stuart pulls Dean aside for some last-minute tips about the sharks.
Sharks are attracted to mechanical movement. They're attracted to the boats, to the propellers.
Right.
You're going to be in that box. You're going to be fiddling with the chains, which is going to be like ringing the dinner bell to them. Our biggest fear is your hands.
Right.
Because that palm looks just like what we feed the sharks.
Really? Wow.
Try to keep hand movements to a minimum. When you're coming up, you don't want to be swimming like this.
Right.
Because they will bite your hands.
Instinctively, I'm going to want to get to the surface as quickly as I can, which is exactly what you're telling me not to do.
Yeah, don't do that. Fight your instincts.
Fight my instincts.
But if they do come and hit you, just ball up.
Right, ball up.
And you're going to float to the surface naturally, and we're going to have you right behind the boat.
You know, the more you tell me about this, it feels like the more maybe I bit off more than I can chew, let alone these sharks.
Tourists and locals assemble to witness Dean's historic escape.
Is your head where it's supposed to be?
It's a good spot, don't worry.
Nothing to prove to anybody.
I know. Just to myself. I'm glad you're here.
Ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Canada, the world's greatest escape artist, Dean Gunnarson! Woo!
I've done lots of escapes around the world, but this is the one escape that I've never succeeded at. I need you to cheer me on. I need to feel your energy. I need everything I can to do this escape. Are you guys ready?
Making the escape even more personal, Dean is being locked up with chains from his failed 1983 escape.
That needs to be lower down at the back.
Okay. How's that?
Okay.
Got this, dude. Got this, man. Gotta be looking straight. Good luck.
Okay, ready? Lock her up. Got this.
The coffin is closed, and we are ready to begin.
Ready? Okay, let's go. Bring it up, just to bring it up some. Okay, hold that for now. Whoa. Bring it up a little bit more. Okay, hold. Bring it up a little bit more. Okay, hold that. Well, good.
Looks great.
Okay, Dean, over here. Ready to go? Let's go! Hey, we're going down. Come down. Down.
This is it!
Down.
Oh my God!
Down.
Escape artist Dean Gunnarson is in the Bahamas attempting his underwater coffin escape. The last time he did this, he died.
30 seconds!
Come on, Dean.
Come on!
Come on, Dean!
45 seconds! Come on, let's hear it for her! Coming up to a minute! 1 minute, come on! Move it, dude. Do you see anything, Jeff? No. There's a shitload of sharks down there, man.
No.
I cannot see a thing.
I have no idea what's happening with Dean. All I'm going by is gut instinct and time. For all I know, he could be knocked out right now, but I have to wait it out until I feel it's time to pull him.
Go, Dean, go!
A minute 30, come on! Come on, dude. Come on!
Let's go. Come on, Dean.
Come on! Move it, dude. Come on! I don't see a single thing, Jeff.
I don't got nothing. Let's
I
go.
can't see anything. A minute 45! Go ahead!
Come here. Come up. Get up. Yes. I pulled Dean onto the boat, and right behind him was two sharks nipping literally at his heels.
There were sharks everywhere. You know, it almost felt like closing the door and, you know, letting them pull me back out again, but I knew that wasn't gonna happen. In a way, it was kind of surreal and quiet, even though all this chaos is going around me. It reminded me of back in 1983 when I was trapped inside of the coffin. That day I died. Today I live. Someday this war's gonna end, but it ain't gonna be today. Victory, baby! I did it. Everybody that knows me knows that I don't throw anything away. And I was digging around and I found a piece of chain from the original Coffin escape in '83. I'm gonna take this chain and I'm gonna throw it in the ocean and I'm gonna bury it for good. I've waited 30 years for this moment. I'm gonna bury my past and move forward.
I think after this, we'll take a break for a little bit. You guys just relax, chill, listen to them, and spend some time with Dawn and the kids. You know, we'll get back to work. We'll start thinking of something bigger and better.
I like that.
That's what we always do, right? Always something bigger and better. To the great escape.
The best one I've ever seen, man.
Greatest escape.
And I didn't lose any body parts.
Did it again, man.
No.
Wow.
What would you do if you only had 60 seconds to live? Would you think about your past? Would you grab the nearest person that you love? Would you be satisfied in life? This life is short. You know, we think we have all the time in the world. You know what? Nobody lives forever. It's not just the victory of the stadium and the gladiator facing the beast. It's about that moment together, and that's what it's all about. I just need to walk down that beach and watch the sunset.
For more, go to oln.ca.